There's a big tradition of Carnival, and you can see it also in the rhythm of the city, and we really feel this energy from the people that surrounds us. In 2004, we decided to start a new way of involving the figurants on the floats, and that became now something which is a part of the parade, to create a show with the people, to make rehearsals, to teach them some of the show art. 200 figurants will be acting in the parade. It will be 20 years of this way of doing the carnival.
I'd moved from London to Italy, to Viareggio, and it was a gloomy old Sunday afternoon, February. I suddenly saw a person in a fluorescent pink rabbit suit getting out of their car. And I thought, oh, right, okay. And then further down the road, there was a person, family dressed as dragons walking towards the seafront. In the supermarket, there were people in animal suits. This was my first introduction to Carnival.
If you come from other country, maybe you cannot understand, but the carnival for us is really important. It's a part of the life. We used to say that we have the, I don't know in English, coriandoli in the blood, because you can see also from the outside, the parade, that you really enjoy, but if you are a part of the parade, you will enjoy much more.
The trees are heavy with oranges. Flags with the Harlequin mascot, Burlamaco, are flying from windows, and the sweet fried chiacchiere are in the pastry shops. There's excitement in the air. From September through March, the Citta di Carnevale is a hub of energy and draws on boat-making skills from Viareggio and artistic creativity from Pietrasanta. In 2023, Mike and I talked to artists here about the floats and masquerades they build with newspaper and mechanical puppetry. But between the artists creating and the audience watching, there's another community. Hundreds of volunteers or figurants who rehearse, rain or shine, each weekend and form the colourful dancing troupes in front of the floats. So we came back to find out why these volunteers venture out on cold winter days and what it means to them to be part of a company.
We're also excited to announce our first collaboration with Celia and Enzo of Piazza Talk Lucca, a popular YouTube channel sharing how life is in Lucca and in the Tuscan hills. Like us, Celia, a book restorer, and Enzo, a sea captain, are passionate about culture and food, and we're going to explore Viareggio Carnival 24 with them.
Can we invite you for a coffee?
Oh, I think we should invite you.
We can fight about it.
Good, let's go.
Yeah, last year in Lucca, they brought the smaller floats to Lucca and they did the walk. There's a really wonderful picture of, I suppose it's sort of 18th century, of Carnevale in Lucca. Because I had no idea Carnevale was a thing in Lucca as well, historically, that actually then they gave up.
I remember as a child, there were puppeteers in the street, they were telling stories, and was part of the everyday landscape of Palermo, for instance. Yes, and here I remember that also Viareggio used to export the floats, because in the 60s, I think, I remember, I was in Naples, and the mayor of Naples imported all the floats from Viareggio, and they were paraded on the seafront in Naples.
When you see the Carnival, there's sometimes 30 people on top on the float riding along with it, and then there's a couple of guys or women in the back, and they're pulling these levers. It's kind of boring for them after a while because they just kind of go like that, but for a child or somebody watching it, it's like it's alive.
It's a little bit like circus in that everybody has to have every skill. I mean, not everybody does have every skill, but generally, as a group of people, they will between them be welders and designers and painters and other people manually dexterous.
While Celia and Enzo want to volunteer with La Compagnia del Carnevale, creating the float, Sarah and I are keen to speak with the volunteers. First, we meet with the Lebigre family, who are celebrating 20 years of La Compagnia del Carnevale, to find out more about this year's theme.
My name is Corinne Roger Lebigre, and I came in Italy 14 years ago.
My name is Benjamin Balthazar Lebigre, and I'm one of the members of the Ledigres family who's making floats here in Viareggio. The beautiful thing about Carnival is that it's really open to everyone. It's really cool, this melting pot of ages, of colors, and
I'm Elodie Lebigre, and I'm a part of this artistical family. The thing is that we try to make a very professional show with very non-professional people, and it's very nice because we don't search for particular skills, but we search for a kind of empathy and energy that develops during these months of rehearsals, and that is a little bit of the magic of the carnival that comes out. So we called it sveglia. It's wake up, but with intelligenza artificiale. But in fact, we said the fantastic story, it's kind of fable of alternative intelligence. So
Very
the
clever.
idea is we have not made very super modern robots. We didn't want to show it in this way, and we prefer to make it a little bit like a fable, so with retro future look. And there is this human navigator, we said, and he fell asleep. So he forgot who he was because of giving up too many things. But in the meantime, there were these robot creatures that evolved so much that they developed an alternative intelligence, which means empathy, more or less. A little bit like the Wall-E story, from Walt Disney. They discover very nice things that humanity has done and that has forgot. So the robots are saying, wake up and remember who you were and what you have done in a positive way. So there are some little symbols. The big robots will have a book. We have chosen the last part of the poetry from Kipling, if, when he says, when you will be able to conceive your 60 seconds as a minute to the present moment, which we are losing because we have so many impulses that, especially the new generation. So when you will find the real importance of every second, then you will be a man or a woman, my son.
So
is
you
what the
come back
poetry
to
says.
being
Yeah,
human.
exactly. And there are plants, of course, and the floats is full of trash and things that has been just produced to be consumed. But the idea is that we should go to the essential. The nice thing that actually happened when we have made this kind of projects is that we never really know exactly what the problem is, let's say, and it becomes something that is very collective. It's a journey that you do together with the people. We are going to start next week to do also the objects for the figurants. We have made some glasses, some masks, some things like this, and we decided to give a line of colors of things, and everyone does his own costume. This year we wanted to make a retro future look. So there will be like 50 and 60 dresses, and they search the dresses in their closet, or they go to the markets or to the vintage stores.
I really love that because it's using the recycling
Yes.
and also the discovery.
But it's more in our philosophy to recycle materials, also because this is a work made with recycled materials, with journal or cardboard, or we try to recuperate also the structures, change them, because of course we have to stay in a budget. After, when we parade, it's just the celebration of what we have done during all these months together. Maybe it's because our family came from elsewhere, so we had to build a kind of community around us because we didn't have family here, or we were like a circus ourselves, but The people that works with us became family, and it became larger and larger with all these people that came here and started to do rehearsal with us and to play our game, because we say for us it's like playing a game, but it's very serious. It's a serious thing in the fact that we think that it's very important to keep this way of doing things, which is sharing with others. And it's also part of what we could call the tradition. You know, tradition is transmitting from a generation to the other a thing that you learned, and some skills, but also experiences, but also emotions, but also building memories together. It's a little bit our utopic vision of society, you know. When I come back from the rehearsals home, I always think it's a miracle to bring 200 people together in a winter afternoon, dancing or, you know, making theater or just being together from the age of 3 to 80, 90, because we also have people from that age that participate. Some are poor, some are very rich, but they stay together, and in that moment, it's just all the energy that is put together to create something beautiful or something fun or something that will also give fun and pleasure to other people, because we always say it's for the audience.
I bet over the winter months, it's really important for people to have a focus and a routine and companionship and something creative to look forward to.
Yeah, it's really related with the rhythm of the nature, because at the end of the Carnival is the end of the winter, and they start
The spring.
the spring, and they start life getting out again.
So it keeps the people of Viareggio from going crazy.
Yeah. Look at me.
She's very balanced.
I'm Veronica Vezzosi. I'm not from Viareggio, but I live here since 2019, and I've always been a fan of Carnival, and I've always dressed up in a costume and so on, because Carnival is a passion. Once you see it, it's one thing, but when you can be part of it, it's another different thing. It's amazing because you're really part of something, and it's not just about dancing, smile, and so on, but it's an experience where you can discover something about yourself.
What do you get out of the community here?
So we are people that don't know each other, but you get to know more here in 1 hour per week with other people than maybe in a long life relationship or friendship, because here you have to face something that is unusual. And for example, you don't know someone, but you have to do something with him. You have to pretend that he's your best friend or your mother or a cat, whatever. So it's nice.
Is there anything amazing that's happened in your experience working with these guys?
You can see other points of view, and you can know more about your body and what you can do that maybe you didn't think you would be able to. You make people happy, so it's something amazing.
I love it from when I was younger, and because it's a beautiful tradition of my family. My father worked for the Carnival. Yeah, so I like to make this big construction and this choreography.
And what about this year? What is the theme for this year?
Artificial intelligence. Yeah, so we have a robot, a big robot on the construction, and a television where is a man who sleep, and in the most important places of the parade, the man will get up.
What do you think about AIs?
I think it's good, but we need to be humans and not to abuse with this AI.
And you were calling Svelja, Svelja. What does that mean? What does that symbolize?
Yes, no, we have to say to the people,
Wake up.
yes, wake up, because we want to say to the people that we need to be human.
My name is Jacopo Crudeli. I'm in this troupe since 211. For me, is my heart of Viareggino doc, because in Viareggio Carnevale is a very special thing for our soul. And in the Compagnia del Carnevale, we can be a clown, our child, interior child.
Maria Franca.
And you're from...
I live in Viareggio. Yes.
And when did you join? When did you first come to Carnival?
3 years ago. I'm young in this company because my parents work in this company and asked to come in. And I love this company because for me it's a balm. It's a place where everything is possible. Without the judgment, in total freedom. Is fun, joy, and amazing. I love this company.
I'm Gianmarco, nice to meet you. Actually, I'm a seaman. I work on cruise vessel. I started when I finished the high school and then I continued for almost 18 years now, yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm one of the oldest here. I joined when I was 18, so I was really young. And I just knocked the door at the first hangar that I met. I remember Gilbert, the father of Elodie, Sebastian and Benjamin, opened the door. I just talked with him. And okay, let's go. And the first years, I think for around 7 years, I just did the movement of the floats. And then I changed, and now I'm in the company like a performer.
What does the community of the company mean to you, this annual get-together? And
a lot of us think that this is like a family. If you come from other country, maybe you cannot understand, but the carnival for us is really important. It's a part of the life. We used to say that we have the, I don't know in English, coriandoli in the blood.
I think it's so valuable for people who are going through stuff. You spoke about someone who'd been widowed, or maybe they...
Oh, yes.
All sorts of loss and grief and illness people
No,
go
not
through.
only. It's something that happened to us too, for example, and that was the biggest engine, to go on and to keep on doing things very big and to give happiness to others when we were such in a very big loss. But it becomes very natural to go on and because art is very powerful in this, but also this kind of art, which is community. That's why there are celebrations when you have a loss.
How long ago did your father die?
In the summer of 2016. And we had already gave our project, which was the last one that we made together. And we did the carnival for 5 months after, we worked and we did everything with a very powerful energy and, of course, putting everything together. Because in that moment, you understand that what you have done is collective.
My full name is Francesca Dinelli. I teach people how to communicate with horses in a natural way. I came here with my day, the work, my thoughts, and I went out every time with happiness in my heart. So, because they are doing something which goes deeper. And so it's something wonderful because you see a lot of normal people. Nobody of us is doing like theater, dance, or whatever, but you feel that you are searching your dancer, your actress inside. And it's something really, well.
What is the most surprising thing that happened to you from being in this group?
I came here alone, and that was not a trouble. Everybody was there on their own journey. So that was very, very nice for me. I came here and I felt a lot of different emotions and I was able to express them. But they didn't remain inside of me. It was a game, but it was a game that helped me to live better my days. I can't really explain why, but I think there's a time of emotions which is deeper than the normal time in the day, in real life.
You're being vulnerable when you do all these crazy things together.
Yes, that's the reason why you can come in touch deeper.
My name is Jean Minigo. My alias is Menin.
Oh, and what is your day job? What do you do?
My job is clown.
Oh, okay.
I start with dancing when I was teenager.
Uh-huh.
I start with dance with hip hop. I study in Paris,
Right.
mime. After I do theater, and after I do clown.
My boyfriend is originally from Viareggio. We met in Florence some years ago, and he told me about Carnevale, and I never had seen it. And he took me to my first Carnival, and I fell in love with it. We practice some on Saturday and Sundays because it's a big group, and to get more of an accurate work together. I don't know how to explain it. We split up the group to make it a little bit more personal, a little faster to learn our choreography and how to have good attention on all of us.
Is there anything about your experience that's been surprising or transformative for you?
I'm typically a socially anxious person, and I have to say that the energy and the welcoming vibes is really awesome. And I think it's difficult when you are kind of a foreigner coming to a place to try and find a group of people, especially a small town. So having this community has been really nice. I think that the fact that we can come here and kind of be silly and life isn't so serious, it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable to be myself in a way.
You have a repertoire you have to perform, right?
Yeah. So how it works, you have certain areas during the actual parade where there are judges who judge you or your performance. And so you have more relaxed time in between those points where you're taking the character, you're having a time of relaxation, but you're perpetuating that character. And then whenever you roll into the judging panel, you start to do your choreography or the performative aspect, which is what they're going to start doing now.
2 weeks away. Yeah, 2 weeks.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Well, it's shaping up beautifully.
Yes. So now I'm painting the yellow parts missing, then I'm making a little bit of rust on it to make it look a vintage robot, and then we pass on the other robot. They are putting paper on it, they have finished the shapes, and then after these two, then we will make all the finishing of the float and make it look beautiful. This year we have made some stamps to paint on the costumes with some electronic and electric symbols with some colors that are good for the wall look. And we have made also some objects that they will wear, like special eyewear or some masks or some hats with papier-mâché, and that will give a little bit of unity to all the group.
This is your first year?
No, it's the second. I started last year and it was very fantastic because they involve us in everything with costume, and we help Elodie inside and Benjamin help us to find in our way something that we have but we don't know that we have.
May I ask, what do you do in the daytime?
Yes, I make the nautical school. I am captain, but I was a seaman for a lot of years in a company that produce computer for ship. And then I was for some years on board a yacht. And then since 20 years I work in a nautical school as technicians.
Fantastic. So you're really quintessential Viareggian, Carnevale by
Yeah.
winter and nautical world.
Yeah, it's a passion.
Enzo was a captain.
Oh!
Capire lungo corso.
Yeah.
Però navigavo sulle petroliere ai miei tempi per
Oh,
anni così.
a real captain.
Yes.
What does the carnival mean for you?
You find the real sense of life and what you are inside. If you want to sing in the middle of the street, you can, because it's carnival and no one matter about this. I do also during the rest of the year, but if you do during the year, people look at you and say, she's crazy. During Carnival, not. And this is wonderful.
How do you feel like the night before the carnival? Do you get nervous?
Okay. For the job that I do, I used to be around the world. So in 17 years, I just missed one carnival because I was on the ship. Because this is for me much more important than Christmas, than summer. So when you are really close to the day of the parade, the first day of the parade, you start to be nervous, enthusiastic. So you feel the night before here there are a lot of people that are around the hangars and looking around, and you can feel that something really good, beautiful start to almost to begin.
And how's your costume coming along?
I'm not really, how do you say?
Focused on that yet?
No, I just bought something and I hope that it will be good.
Did you learn anything from the group? Did the group teach you something while you were also teaching them?
Yes, it's always an exchange. I learn a lot because every time you have an idea, when you have this confrontation with the people, then the idea develops and it takes its own shape and it becomes something new. It grows somehow, you know. The thing that is interesting is that everyone finds a comfort zone, let's say, you know. Then they're ready to do whatever the project takes, you know. And the very beautiful thing is the exchange of the energy that we have. I don't stay too much with people in life, and this is an occasion for me, as for them, to stay together around an artistic project and to do some very exceptional thing, and every one of them can have some special characteristic. You really find out the uniqueness of every person. We think that we have a lot of possibilities to express ourselves with our phones, with our things, but in fact, we don't have many occasions to express ourselves for real and in a very authentic way. And I think that this is one of the occasions in which something that maybe you keep hidden in you can come out in a very beautiful way.
So thanks to everyone who contributed to this episode, especially Corinne, Elodie, Benjamin and Sebastian of the Lebigre family, and all the artists, artisans and volunteers of La Compagnie del Carnevale who made time to talk with us. Congratulations on your 20th anniversary. Thanks too to our collaborators Celia and Enzo, whose video about their adventures volunteering you can see on YouTube at Piazza Lucca. As always, you can find photographs of the work discussed today on our website, materiallyspeaking.com, and on Instagram at Materially Speaking Podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're enjoying Materially Speaking, please subscribe to our newsletter on our website so we can let you know when the next episode goes live.
Yeah.